Hello everyone, it's Margaret Bailey. I am at my grandparents' house again today, and I'm actually outside on their screen porch. See? Outside. So, today I want to talk a little bit more about agoraphobia, because I posted something on Facebook the other day that actually, had a little bit of an effect. I have an agoraphobic friend, and she said that she really related to this post, and several people liked it, and, I didn't realize that it was such a good way of explaining it. And what I said in the post was that, exactly what I said, I'm pretty sure, was that my favorite game to play as a child was hide and seek. My favorite part was always hiding. I became very good at it. Too good. Now I'm hiding from the world. I think I want to come out now, but I'm scared, and I don't know how. And, so I guess, a lot of people could relate to agoraphobia explained that way, because I am hiding from the world, and, I'm a bit ashamed of that, because, I wish I could just go out and face my fears, like, a lot of people do, but I'm not like that, I guess. I do go out when I have to, and I do have to, quite a bit sometimes. The way things work in my household is that my husband and my brother pay the bills and the rent. They work and they pay the bills and the rent, and I do everything else. When it comes time to pay the bills, we don't have them on automatic, pay or anything like that. I take them down to the place. I take the money there and I pay them, and I take the money to the landlord's office. And when there's a problem with the house, I'm the one to contact the landlord. Like the other day when we had the leak, I was the one to contact the landlord and tell him about that. And I take care of whatever I can, whenever I can, to make up for me not having a job, because I really feel bad about that sometimes, not having an income to contribute to my household. And I'm just really grateful that my brother and my husband understand my issues, and that they support me in the way that I'm trying to go about things. I have been considering applying for Social Security disability for my agoraphobia. I'm not sure if it would make a very good case or not. It does prevent me from working and earning an income, but I don't know how I would go about doing that. So actually, if anybody has any advice to give me about that, I would be extremely grateful. I live in West Virginia, so laws may be different from state to state, but I would appreciate some advice on that. If anybody knows if agoraphobia is a valid case for disability. Just the other day on Facebook, I was comparing agoraphobia to hide and seek from the world. There's not really any seek going on. Nobody's looking for me, and I'm not looking for anyone. So I guess I'm just hiding. I'm just good at hiding. Hiding from your problems isn't really something to be proud of. I do know that. But I'm working on it. And, I do what I can. And I guess that's what's important. We all just do what you can. And, if you can do more, do more. That's what I'm trying to do. Well, that might be it for today. There was another thing about the agoraphobia. I think I was telling a friend the other day, I was explaining it, like how, I wasn't real educated on mental health when I was in school, when I was a teenager, and I didn't even know until, maybe 8th grade, that social anxiety and agoraphobia was a thing. Like, I could not understand for the life of me why I was terrified to go to school. And, you know, now as an adult, I've reflected on it and realized that it was the same problem with going to school as it is with me being at work and having a job, is that I felt trapped there. Because, you know, at school, you can't just leave unless you're signed out by an adult. And, you know, you're stuck there, you're trapped there. And at work, you know, you can't leave because that's your paycheck, that's your job. And if you just leave, you get fired. So that's what the problem was, is that, like, I just, in any situation where I can't just leave and go home, I feel extremely uneasy and uncomfortable. And like, as far as like what a panic attack is for me, they're different for, you know, different people. Sometimes it's you know, it's not always like shaking and rocking back and forth and hyperventilating. It can be silent. And you know, you might never know that someone was having a panic attack, because I just sit there silently, and my heart is racing, and my thoughts are racing, and I start to sweat all over. I get cold sweats, I get chills, and sometimes I feel nauseous. I get stomach cramps really bad. I do have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and anxiety does not help with that. Not one bit. It makes it a lot worse. My gastroenterologist at one point actually just told me, like, I should be less anxious. Like, that's possible. But, so, yeah, it's a little bit more insight on how agoraphobia affects me, and how I deal with it, I guess, or how I don't deal with it, because you know, if I was dealing with it, maybe I would be trying harder, but I cope with it. I don't deal with it, I cope, because dealing with it, I feel like, would be actively, like, doing something to help prevent it, and coping is just, you know, I live with it, and I just go with the flow. Some days I can leave the house, some days I can't. But, yeah, I guess that's it for today. So, yeah, I gotta get back to work. So, that's it. Have a good one, everybody. Yep, that's it. Alright, goodbye. Have a good one, everybody.